Forgetting lines, make it positive. Forgetting lines is not always a bad thing in rehearsal. In fact, it can be a really useful clue from you to you. As long as you have spent some time learning the lines, then you know them, and you are not so much forgetting the lines as choosing not to remember them. And why would you so choose? Well, that is the interesting bit, for if you assume that there is always a good reason for forgetting lines, then you can use this moment to refresh a part, to go to the core, because the lines going from your head means something is not right. Either those particular lines do not fit the character you have created, so it is a note that you should change the character, or the lines conflict with something inside you, and this is a note for you to sort out those thoughts and those reasons why the lines refuse to come out. Drying or losing your lines during a performance is the actor's nightmare. It is a rare actor who has never dried, completely forgotten what to say next. Let us deal with the reason first. It could be that you did not have enough time to learn the lines thoroughly, and there is simply too much to cram in. So if you know that the rehearsal period is extremely short, and you have the script in advance, do not hesitate to start learning your lines. There is no substitute for learning them early. Do not make the excuse, which is somewhat old-fashioned nowadays, that you cannot learn your lines until you have begun rehearsals and got your moves. Another excuse is that the script might be changed once the director has made certain production decisions, or he is still working on the final draft. Anything to avoid the appalling task of committing lines to memory. Well, just imagine that moment in the future when you are standing on stage, and nothing. It's that moment in the dream when you are standing in the wings, you hear your cue, and you have no idea what your first line is. You wake up wondering why on earth you had not learned your lines. You wasted time day after day. Were you just hoping you would know them? Let us suppose you are on stage in front of the audience and you dry. There might be a prompter in the wings who will bang out the line for you. There might be a fellow actor who happens to know what you should say next and whispers it to you. You might be able to improvise enough to get yourself out of the scrape, but if none of these aide-memoirs are available, something will occur to somebody and the play will continue, but few hot-making moments such as this will leave you a gibbering wreck, and the chances are you will not dry so badly ever again. One little trick is to write down a difficult word on a handy prop, or even on the palm of your hand. Another trick is to make a word association in your mind. Another is to use the alphabet and use it to remember lists, for example. Another device is the time-honored practice of having pages of your script in different parts of the set, hidden in books, or even taped up on the invisible side of the scenery. In this day and age, theaters often have no place for a prompter, and actors have to cope whichever way they can if the lines go. There is an increasing use, especially by older actors, of the earpiece by which an offstage person can say the lines into a microphone for the actor to repeat on stage.